Alright, so students, thank you for giving your opinion about how we can turn our frowns upside down. So, as you've noticed, last class we talked about ourselves, who we are. We used our names to describe our character. Now, our smiles is more about our insides or is it more about our outsides? What do you guys think? Is it a reflection of how we feel or a reflection of other people? Okay, so some of you guys think it's a reflection of how we feel. Some of you think it depends on the people around us. Okay, so what about in the morning? Who in here is a morning person? Okay, some of you guys, how can we call this in English? Yes, so an early bird, okay. And is there any phrases you guys know in your native language or in English about the way you get up in the morning? Okay, in Russian, yes, you say that you get up on the right foot. Anyone know in English? Yes, to get up on the right side of the bed. Okay, so now we'll be talking more about who we are, how we can turn our own frowns upside down. Is it getting up on the right side of the bed? Is it a cup of coffee? Or is it something different? So first of all, I want you guys to think, how do you guys change? Are you the same person you are now that you were 10 years ago, or do you change from time to time? Okay, so you guys change. What changes you? Is it finishing university? Is it getting married, having kids? Okay, so there's different factors that affect us. Okay, what about cultures? Do you think our cultures have any points of view? Okay, so you think some of it has to do with our culture? Okay, yes, it depends. Like, you remember the words from last time? Are people more obsessive, insensitive? So you guys all remember, if you look back at page 6, these phrases we discussed last class? Okay, so now you guys are using them in your speech, okay? So that's much better. What about our regrets? Who in here has a regret? Okay, yes, drinking at the weekend too much, okay, we don't need to get into that, okay? So, okay, sometimes you feel you should have done something different. Does this also change us? Okay, is it good change or bad change? Okay, it depends from time to time. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're going to listen to a psychologist talk about our future selves, about how we view ourselves now is different from 10 years and even 10 years ago. So we'll look at TED. As you guys remember, take your sheet of paper. So we've done the introduction. Take some notes and get ready to have your mind change. So this is called The Psychology of Your Future Self. So we will listen to this person a little bit. I will turn on the subtitles for you guys, so you don't have to worry about that. But halfway through, I will stop it so that we can discuss it. So I will turn on for you guys. Just listen to the first part of his speech. So we can turn on English subtitles, no Russian, take some notes, and then we'll discuss it. Okay, so now that we have gone through the first 3 minutes of the video, as you see here, he talks about psychologists, and he says that many psychologists claim that there are 5 fundamental dimensions of personality. So what do you guys think? What are some of these 5 fundamentals? Okay, again, you're using some of our words from the previous class, okay, from page 6, okay. You also think some other things like risk-taking, creativity, okay. So first I will tell you what they are. So he will mention first, who can say this word again? You guys remember? Yes, neuroticism. And what is this? So, yes, aggression, anxiety when you're worried, just very nervousness. Is this more of a negative or positive? A little negative, so it's interesting why he discusses that. He also mentions openness to experience, maybe like you said, risk-taking, being willing to try new things. Agreeableness, so when you're open, ready to try again experiences, maybe you say, yes, I will try an experience. Okay, yes, kind of like the movie Yes Man, so you just have to be prepared to try something, anything. He also mentions extroversion, so being an outgoing person, maybe that's why you're agreeable, maybe a little neurotic. Okay, so you would kind of disagree. You think introverts can also be very personal and stuff? Okay. What about our favorite word from last time? Who can say this? Okay, almost. Okay, a little better. So yes, conscientiousness. Can you guys all say? Conscientiousness. Still a little vague. Don't remember. Anyone can help her? Yes. So when you're thoughtful, caring. Okay. So now let's listen to what he has to say. We'll go back to our video. We'll watch the end of it. So I will turn it on here for you guys. We will watch, take some more notes. Now about the values of our personality, how this affects who we are. So we'll watch it. And then at the end, so once we get to the end, he will ask one last question. 1 second. Where did that go? Anyone remember? Somewhere in here, talking about how we become ourselves. So his question is, the person you are right now is as transient, as fleeting, all the people you've ever been. So the question was, how does this affect us? What do you guys think? So now that you know you're a little neurotic, open, agreeable, how can this affect us? Okay, so we can work on our weaknesses, build up our strengths. Okay, so now how can we find out which of these qualities do we have? Do you guys have any personality tests in your country, anything you do during university or at your work? Okay, so you have some psychology tests. Okay, you just take some work training courses. Okay, so now what we're gonna do before we discuss who we are as people, I want you guys to open your students' books and turn to page 13. Has anyone seen any of these comments about introvert or extrovert? Yes, the opposites, who they are. Okay, you have some other opinions about them? Okay. We'll also talk about intuition and sensing, thinker or feeler, judging or perceiving. So first, I want you guys to look at these, and there are some comments, and think about which type are you more of, inclined to be. Are you more of an introvert or an extrovert?